Breaking. This secret Bitcoin indicator just flashed a buy signal. It is, of course, the McDonald's McRib. You see that? Here we go, baby. The McDonald's McRib, friends. Yes, it's a real indicator. It actually is true. For some reason, whenever McDonald's reintroduces the McRib, we are pumpy G-ing to the moon. I don't know why. This is one of these mystical correlations of the universe. The McDonald's McRib. So it has flashed a positive signal for Bitcoin. And as you can see from the chart, friends, this golden indicator. I mean, look at the last times it happened. It happened right before Bitcoin went parabolic in 2021. Right here, went from 20,000 up to 65,000, 64. It happened again as we were recovering from 30K. Then we went up to 60. From 60 up to literally almost 100, 110. So like every time it happened, it was a 2x pretty much from when it occurred. So it's occurred here at around 115,000. That might mean we're destined for the 200K. That's going to be quite the tail, I might say, friends. You got to remember as well, this is a monthly chart. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, okay? 1, 2, this is 3 green months. So we'll see. If we have 5 months to go, that might mean Bitcoin runs into February next year and maybe we have some residual alt season. I don't know how it's all going to play out. We've got some concerns with all the crypto KOLs. Everybody's bearish as hell, friends. That's very interesting that we get to this point. I want to remind you, check this out. SpongeBob carrying this giant burger. Thank you very much, Mr. SpongeBob. So most crypto KOLs, friends, they are bearish. You can see this from, firstly, you see it from Bitcoin dominance. Basic ratios will just tell you that. Polls, everyone's bearish. You can even see it. Friends, on Polymarket, I think people only give a 9% chance Bitcoin's hitting 200K. Now, I think it was 200K this year, but still the odds are terrible. So literally everybody's blindsided when it comes to these. And look, even if KOLs, if they say, we're going up and then down, you're still bearish because you're not telling anybody to buy whatsoever. You're just saying, I'm planning to sell within the next 30 to 85 days now. There's less than 90 days to go to the end of the year. That means they think all these prices are currently expensive. Personally, I think we are still in mega cheap zones. Still, yeah, it's been taking a very long time, friends. I know it's been painful. I've been really bored. I understand. Really bored. I don't care about this little shitty trading leverage stuff out here. I don't give a crap about that. You could find that anyway. Okay, I'm here for the life-changing gain stuff. I'm here for the hyper growth. I don't care about, we can trade and do some level sweep stuff. Who gives a shit about that? I don't care. I care about helping you. I'm here to serve you, the peoples. And you can't be convicted in all of those. You got to be convicted in yourself and you're trading along week to week, month to month. That's not crypto, bro. Crypto doesn't retire people who want to trade. It retires a few peoples. Okay, 1, 2, 3, maybe 10 people. It doesn't retire the, 10 million plus that you see out there. Early Bitcoin, early Ethereum, Doge, even XRP believers, right? That's who's actually retiring off this stuff. Altcoins have super strong holders right now with no signs of weak hands. I am going to keep holding. Let me know what you think, friends. So this is Greta. Lovely Greta Thunberg out here. So I'm long pulse chain. Help me. So Greta... I think she was captured by the Israeli Defense Forces out here. Yeah, I know some people say you shouldn't joke about this, but I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? When you've been holding something that's been going down for 4 years, how bad could it possibly be? But Greta as well, friends, I think it's a sign of the times. Culture's changing. People are changing their views of everything. But it's fascinating to me. Like... they're like, I know who to hate. That race, that color skin. Let's go back to hating Matt. Okay. Oh no, let's go back to let's change it. Let's go hate somebody else. Oh, it's trans rage. No, let's go hate this and hate that. It's interesting. The spotlight never shines on the people in power. That's funny. It never shines to the money printer. I find that fascinating. The spotlight of hate, the news, the propaganda, it never goes to the people actually with all the power. What a coincidence. Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. These are useful distractions, friends. Friends, you got to understand, right? Not only do we live in a simulation and matrix, play it from your perspective. If you're in control of the Death Star, maybe you don't know what people are going to fight about tomorrow, okay? Maybe you don't. A lot of the things, they are preordained. I mean, look at the movie Snake Eyes, 1998. Charlie Kirkland gets hit in the neck, etc. Then we have the movie Contagion, literally saying the China virus is coming. But let's say that's too kooky for you. You can't. You still want to stay a bit blue-pilled when it comes to that. If you want to be in power, you just wait for people to fight, make something up, and then you sit on both sides. You just flare things up. And you know, we actually have proof of them doing this, friends. Do you know the Black Lives Matters and stuff out here? They were like these non-liberal dudes, police enforcement guys. They have police enforcement or some sort of background in military. They put on suits. And when there's Black Lives Matter, you know, when there's all the looting of these shops, yeah, they go and they fuel it with them. They go out, they start graffitiing, they start the fire, they cheer on the crowd. Full anarchists. And you look, once I saw this once, I heard conspiracies of this 20 years, many years ago. No, maybe, I don't know. I started seeing it more and more. It was actually making the rounds on Twitter. Jack Dorsey was in charge of Twitter, so a lot of the videos got deleted, but you can actually still find them. You got to think about it from that perspective, friends. Who are we focusing on all the time? Remember, there's insiders and there's outsiders. That's why crypto's the answer, no matter how tough it gets. It's funny, 1 year ago though, Mr. TeskaGod posted this in my Telegram. Maybe I should take up prostitution. And here we have Nerd Girl. What did he use the proceeds for? Oh man, this is wild, friends. Look, I was making a post about the Jeet stack. This is a year ago. But friends, I'm thinking a year ago is the beginning of 2024. No, a year ago was literally we're moving into Donald Trump's election win. But barely anything moved up, man. It was just a plus 50% move, and then we just came back down, and we thought it was all about to get started. That's it, friends. It's very, very tough. I want to share this with you as well, friends. There's been a whale noob alert. So this whale, 5D2F, he was short 2,040 Bitcoin, so $240 million position. He just deposited 12 million USDC into Hyperliquid to avoid liquidation. His new liquidation price is 123,400. So I wonder what's going to happen. Remember, friends, as well, structure is important. Structure. Actually, it is nice to see BTC busting above its previous monthly high, 118,000. So we'll see what happens. Sometimes I come back for retest. This is the ultimate long, okay? But we actually do have another level at 125K. We're so close. Racist Russell 2000 is also starting to ticky up as well. So we're close, but we were close a year ago. So it feels like this thing's been going forever. That's going to be explosive when it hits. And they're referring to his liquidation, friends. This piling on money. Look, if you're in the top 1%, you make money, fine, whatever. All right, that's good for you. But I'm just telling you, friends, you shouldn't even be looking for shorts in this market, dude. You should not be. It's literally, this is long-term. PMI has been down for so long. Trump is now trying to do the $1,000 or $2,000 tariff handout. They're looking for ways to try, hey, how can we get that stimulus thing? How can we try to get the PMI up, make people believe in a better tomorrow, a stronger future? Because right now, no one is thinking about the future except the top end of the market, like the Magnificent Seven, people in AI. You can just cherry pick stuff, you know what I mean? But it's kind of friends, if there's a bear market in crypto, you're oh, I found these 3 coins that are rallying up. You know what I mean? We didn't care about that. We care the whole breadth of the market, right? Because that's all we ultimately need. We need people to believe in a better tomorrow. Obviously, friends, Pulse Chain has been garbage. It's just been red. It's been dumpy G, which has been unfortunate. However, I want to remind you of something. So I made this picture. Here we have Mr. Griffin, Mr. Hart, Richard Griffin with his cute candles. Do not push button. Okay, so he's going to push the button. He's looking at it. It's just the thing is, I got to remind you as well, friends. When Richie Fart pushed the button in 2021, the PMI was above 57. Okay, it was hot. So what does PMI 57 mean? Right? It means it's not a survey. It's not a survey of confidence. It's actually a survey of actions. Okay, that's the thing. That's what I'm not gonna name names, friends, but the biggest crypto KOLs, I'm talking 500,000 plus people, they're all just starting to quote me even more. They're watching. They're watching. They don't even, I don't want to pick on anybody, you know, we're here all to win. Okay. I'm not like that, but, I know, you know who you are if you're watching. Hello, sir. Okay. I don't want to say name, but just I'll kindly let you know something. When you covered the PMI, you said some incorrect things. I just would like to correct you on. So this gentle sir, who very famous crypto KOL, he talked about the PMI. He obviously hadn't done his research, but he's obviously watched me. He thinks it's a survey of confidence. So he thinks 50 is like you're confident. If you're like 40, 48, you're like below confidence, or 55 above confidence. No, it's not consumer sentiment. What the PMI actually is it's boots on the ground survey. So they go to each factory and they go, hey, okay, are you hiring more people or less? Are you ordering more supplies, you know, for like hair shampoo parts or less? Okay. Did you expand? Did you renovate your building or not? Like they actually go through, are you actually doing all these? Track it over time. That's what it is. So it's not whether they feel good or not. It's actually actions, okay? Actions speak louder than words. And what their actions have been, even though the stock market's been ripping through all highs, even though they said, oh, the economy's great and everything, it's all been lies, okay? Their actions have not represented expansion, okay? So when you're above 50, it means you're above your baseline. So if you're above 50, that means you're actually expanding, you're hiring more people than you normally would. You're contracting out more people than you normally would. You're buying more squeaky chairs. You're, you know, capital expenditure, getting in parts and equipment and expanding warehouses, okay? That was the environment we saw old seasons in the past when it was above, way above 55 even, okay? It was literally 55s. That's like the juice zone. Right now, we're still below 50, okay? And altcoins correlate to it. So we are in a different environment right now. It's been 35 months of pain, okay? So Richard Hart, friends, when he pushed the button, ISM was 57. Today, it's still around 49. So it's been a gruesome wait, but we're still too early to push the pulse chain button. It is still early. Do you know, friends, for example, I've shown you like PumpFun. PumpFun, why I love checking out how the coin price is going is because PumpFun actually are doing buybacks, yeah? And PumpFun, friends, they've now spent, it's not $100 million anymore, okay? I think it's up to now 100 and I think it's up to 140 million. Yeah. Almost pretty much 140 million, all within the next, 5 or 10 days. Yeah. It's about 140 million. You got to think about this. You've blown almost 140 million and you're only up 70% from ICO. Just to show you, friends, look at this. You just literally exit liquidity, okay? Remember, friends, that with the next 140 million they do, like it's not going to give you the same multipliers. You need a positive flywheel effect. So you can actually see what's happening, right? Is they're fighting the market as it goes up. Okay, they're basically showing you what happens if you're spending money when there is a bad PMI. Whatever happens as it goes up, people think you're expensive now, straight away. Let me give you an example of 2021. Remember Dogecoin, friends? Dogecoin hit 90 billion market cap. So did Coincedences, hit 100 billion. BNB hit 100 billion. XRP hit 100 billion. You see these 100s? They were like the new baseline. So people were happy to buy things at 5 billion market cap because they're like, oh, this thing went to 100. I'm happy to buy this at 5. But right now, you don't have the hundreds. You don't. You don't have any like new unicorn runner yet that's like inspired everybody to just raise the bar. We still haven't had that. That's what we're waiting for. We just don't know what it's going to be. Okay. Check this out, friends. Thank you to my friend Ade, who has amazing skills talking to the Israeli robot, Sam Altman's Israeli robot. Don't forget, friends, as well, friends, the ChatGPT, right? They still haven't even done their public ICO. They did murder the guy who left. Remember, you got a $500 billion company. They're trying to be $1 trillion. So if you're even, think about this, if they have a $1 trillion company for ChatGPT, if you are going to damage 10% of that, okay, with their secrets, 10%, just 10%, you're damaging $100 billion of value. So he got murdered. Obviously, he got murdered, and they said, oh, no, he took his own, he ended his own existence, which is complete fabrication. So the stakes are high here. Very, very high when it comes to that. And we still haven't seen the full story play out. ChatGPT, friends, is still trading on the private markets. So they're still doing these raises. You know, just there's too many things. It's kind of like there's just too many storylines that haven't even remotely concluded yet, you know? So here are you and I on this PDI balloon going higher and higher. Remember, I'm refusing to give up. Most crypto calls are bearish. They expect the cycle to be over in less than 3 months. I'm going to keep holding. I'll be willing to go down with the ship. Stablecoin super cycle is still in a hyper adoption phase. So the first crypto cycle, what emerged as a winner is Bitcoin, store of value king. Next thing, Ethereum was the world's first smart contract platform. It's king. And like, I know, it looks like it's going to get toppled. They had too much soy, but pretty much it's still the highest market cap smart contract platform. It's got all the stable coins. It's got 55% of the stable coins and the Uniswap and stuff out here. So it's barely hanging on as king really in everyone's minds, but it actually is still king. If you look at the market cap and everything out here, you know? So remember, cycle 1 was Bitcoin, stablecoin. Cycle 2, you had smart contract platform, which is Ethereum king. Now we are watching the battle of stablecoins. That's what we're watching the battle of right now. So it's a stablecoin super cycle. I wonder who's going to emerge king at the end, but you don't even need to worry about who emerges king, you and me, because you and I are not in the business of supplying stablecoins to the market. We're not doing that. Let all of them else fight over here. We're in Pulse Chain, and if the PDI prophecy is real, you win. You don't even need to have enormous adoption percentage rates out here. You don't, okay? Remember, we are still battling the anti-Semitic box for Ethereum. Hopefully above 5,000 with the Russell 2000, everything goes up. Remember, Russell 2000 is near its all-time high. I guess Russell 2000 is like, technically, Russell 2000 is kind of like here if you do relative to Ethereum. Hopefully it starts to go up. Maybe Ethereum plays catch up. Or you move on to the next phase. We'll see. You know, remember, we need people to think that the next 1 or 2 years is amazing. And then when they think that way, they act that way. They buy now. Right now, they're not thinking that at all. Like, here's the thing, friends. Who's going to buy crypto and take on risk in January to March of next year if they thought there's a bear market by the end of next year? People don't invest like that. No one, even though they're going to cheat on a 2x, people don't step into the ring, into the casino. They think it's like all over soon. They genuinely have to believe it's going to keep running. Does anybody genuinely believe that? Only like 10% of people say like, oh, super cycle 2028. So we'll see. We'll see what the prices do, PMI, how much it thrusts up. You know, otherwise the weak spot is this thing really does run to 2028 or something. And then we have a 100-year anniversary of the Great Depression, and we have a 2029 world recession collapse with crypto. Like, I'm just saying, but you never know, like, things change very fast in crypto, very fast. I know we're looking at like this 4-hour chart and stuff out here, but like, if things can like shoot up and change the world in like literally 90 days. I mean, like, look at crypto. It looked like it was all game over in December 2020, but then by March, everybody's talking about money printing and the memes are coming out. You know what I mean? By March 2021. So a lot can happen in 90 days. It's just that we're all still waiting. Like, subscribe, catch you in the next one.